So you're starting a business in India? Fantastic! But along with that dream, you're also about to embark on a pretty serious quest, mastering your compliance with the Employees Provident Fund Organization, or EPFO. And trust me, this isn't just about ticking boxes. It's the very foundation of your team's financial security and your company's future.
Look, this is way more than just paperwork. It's really about building a secure, stable workforce right from day one. So the real question is, are you ready for this quest? Let's get you a map for the journey.
Okay, so first things first. Your quest kicks off with getting registered and gearing up with the right digital tools. Before you can even think about managing your team's money, you've got to get your own official PF code and get comfortable with the tech you'll be using. You're essentially going to be working with a two-key security system. The first is your digital signature certificate, the DSC. Just think of it like a physical key, but it's on a USB token. The second is e-sign, which is all online and linked to your Aadhaar. You'll use it with a one-time password for paperless stuff. The bottom line? You need to know how to use both to keep every single transaction secure. Now this leads to a really critical decision. Who are you going to trust with these digital keys? You'll need to appoint an authorized signatory, but you've got to take this warning seriously. The law says your business is completely on the hook for everything they do and everything they don't do. So yeah, choose very wisely. Right. With your own registration sorted, the quest now turns to your team. Your next big ongoing task is managing each employee's unique identity inside the Social Security system, and that all starts with their UN and KYC. At the very heart of this is something called the Universal Account Number, or UAN. You can think of this 12-digit number as the master key to an employee's entire Social Security life. It pulls all their Provident Fund accounts, from past jobs, their current one, and any future ones, all into one single lifelong profile. It's a huge deal. So, how do you actually get this done? Well, it's a pretty clear four-step process. First, you either create a brand new UAN for a new hire, or if they already have one, you just map it to your company. Next, you collect their self-declaration, which is Form 11. Step 3 is the big one. It's absolutely non-negotiable. You have to link their KYC. That's their Aadhaar and bank account. And finally, you use your digital signature to approve everything, making sure every team member is officially set up to get their benefits. All right, now for what is maybe the most important, recurring part of your whole quest, the monthly contribution ritual. This is your core financial duty to your team and to the system. If there is one single date you burn into your brain, it's this one, the 15th, every single month. That is your absolute final deadline for paying all your contributions online. If you miss it, the consequences start piling up, and they pile up fast. You know, your monthly payment isn't just one thing. It's actually made of 3 parts. The main one, the Providence Fund, or PF, that's a joint effort. You pay some, your employee pays some. But, and this is super important, the other 2 parts, the pension scheme and the insurance scheme, those are paid entirely by you, the employer. And here's the critical thing to remember. You can never ever take that cost out of an employee's salary. It's all on you. Okay, this brings us to the really high-stakes part of our journey. Because every choice you make from here on out leads you down one of 2 very different paths. One is paved with some pretty severe penalties for getting it wrong, and the other leads to a secure, loyal team by getting it right. And when we talk about penalties, we're not just talking about late fees. It's way, way more serious than that. If you deduct money from an employee's paycheck for their PF, but then you fail to deposit it, the law actually calls that a criminal breach of trust. That phrase isn't just bureaucratic jargon. It comes straight from the Indian Penal Code. That tells you just how serious this is. And the financial cost for being late? It's not some flat fee. It climbs, and it climbs dramatically. If you're less than 2 months late, it's a 5% penalty. Let that slip to 4 months, and it doubles to 10%. And if you default for 6 months or longer, you get slammed with a massive 25% penalty on whatever you owe. Oh, and it gets worse. On top of all of those penalties, you're also charged simple interest at 12% per year. And that's calculated for every single day you're late. You can see how quickly a small mistake can snowball into a huge financial problem. So we've talked about the rules.
We've talked about the risks. But now we get to what I think is the most important part of this whole quest. Understanding that your role goes way beyond just compliance. This is about being a real partner in your employees' financial lives.
You know, this is actually how the EPFO itself describes you. You're not just a business owner following rules. You are a valuable partner in nation building. By making sure your team has Social Security, you're literally helping build economic stability for them, for their families, and for the country. It's a pretty big role to play.
So what does this partnership actually look like day to day? Well, it means taking the time to educate your team about their benefits. It means helping them out with online claims, whether it's for withdrawal or just transferring their funds. And in the absolute toughest of times, it means helping an employee's family navigate the claims process. It's about being their trusted guide.
So when you boil it all down, it comes to this. EPFO compliance is not just a rulebook you have to follow. It's a genuine partnership with your team, one that's built on trust and financial security. So the final question isn't just if you'll comply, but are you ready to be the partner your team needs to build that secure future?